The market shoots lower, breaking some key support. Is the top in? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so in yesterday's video, we talked about the potential for one more high, but the market decided to dive lower. However, they held the support area they needed to hold to keep that potential for one more high alive. So the question is the top in? I'll get into that in just 1 second. But first, if we're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, so before we jump into the charts, I talked yesterday about Instagram. There's a link down in the description. I give new and different content over there. I also have a coupon code for $30 off of my Elliott Wave for Beginners course, which I'll show you later in the video. So head over there and follow me for some different amazing content. For now, let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1-hour futures chart for the S&P 500. We got the strong selling today that broke down below the 1.0 extension of waves A and B, or 1 and 2, depending on what we get moving forward. Overall, though, the move down was able to hold just above the 45.30 area at the close. And so far, the wave 4 potential here is still valid, and they can still push for one more high. So the bulls are kind of up against it at support here. 45.30 is the big support level right here. They need to break down below that, and a strong break of this where we can get some follow through would indicate that the top is likely in. So our potentials off the top is we have an ABC, right? The first one is we have A, B, and then you look for the 1.0 extension, which they spiked through at 45.41. And then you'd look for a move higher. Now, that move higher can be a corrective, A, B, C, and then we see a C wave down, and that would be like the A wave of the corrective move down towards 4400. Then we'd see an A, B, C up, and then another C wave down to hit that target. And then we'd see a wave 5 of 3 back towards all-time highs. That is one potential to the downside. The other potential is that this is a wave 1, and this is a wave 2, and we'd be starting wave 3 to the downside. Now, for this potential to play out, the first thing is they've broken the 1.0, which means we need to stay below 45.72. And as long as we stay below that and get a wave 3, 4, and 5 down towards the 44.60 area, which is the 2.0 common target. So you get a wave 3 down here to 44.91, 4 back to 45.41, and then 5 down to 44.60. As long as we stay below 45.72 and complete this 5-wave pattern down, then the move down starts to look impulsive, and we start to look at the bigger correction after that. So how they react down here towards the pivot, the 618 here at 45.72 and the 764 at 45.60, as long as they stay below that, then pressure remains down toward the 44.60 area. And then finally, the last potential, I hate having 3, but it's required here because they were unable to fully break this support down here, is that this was an A, B, C for 4. And then you'd look for a 5 up toward that 46.40 to 60 area that we've been talking about as the potential final move up here in wave 5, in either the wave 3 or wave B. So that would be what we'd look for to the upside if they're going to try to bounce this and take it to one more new high, since they did hold support at the end of the day. Again, a break below that 45.30 area does give us a strong indication the top is in, and the next bounce would be corrective, where we would hold under the top and then make it lower low after that. Over on the NASDAQ, okay, the NASDAQ has a little bit different of a count. Remember, we got a clean 5 waves down on the NASDAQ, which is impulsive. We got a wave 2 that held, and now they're trying to start a wave 3 lower. For the NASDAQ, they need to push down to the 15,341 area. That would be the 1.0 extension. That would be our minimum target that we would need to hit here for wave 3 of 3. We'd prefer they continue to 15,204 directly, as long as they stay under the 15,562 area. So they've moved through the pivot, the 618 and 764. The next target is 15,341. That's the minimum we would look for. And then we should see 15,204. That's the more standard target. At any rate, from here, as long as from the 1.0, as long as they hit that and stay below 15,562, it is bearish down to 14,763 to complete that 5-wave move to the downside. So that's what the bulls or bears need to do to complete this move lower. For the bulls, we would likely still see that extension toward the 1.0. It is possible because they hit the 764 that C is done. We could see a corrective move at that point. And if they move back over the pivot without completing this 5-wave structure to the downside, it does become a more corrective downside structure where we'd look for about the 14,000 level on the NASDAQ and then a push back towards all-time highs after that. So it's just going to kind of depend on if they can break through this 15,341 and on down to complete this 5 waves, or if they're going to give us a bounce that takes us back over this 15,562 area. Guys, if you love the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link. It'll take you right over to the webpage. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible monthly plans, and they both come with a 7-day free trial because I want you to get in there. I want you to make sure you love it and become part of our trading team before you ever spend a penny. You can cancel at any time. We also have our Elliott Wave for Beginners online course. I mentioned this earlier in the video. Over on Instagram, I do have a code that expires on Sunday for $30 off of this course, so you can get it for $37. If you head over there and follow me on Instagram, you can find that code, put that in, and you can get a discount on this course. In this course, you get 25 videos where I go over mindset, Elliott Wave expectations, how it works and what to expect. I go over your chart setup and tools, what we use in the chart to make sure we're looking at the right turns in the market, and then the Elliott Wave for Beginners, where I go over each wave in the Elliott Wave system, how they work, how they fail, and you can finally understand the market instead of trying to decipher the news cycles which don't make sense. The really cool thing about the course is it is included in both rooms. In my first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions answered, a midday video where I go over exactly where we are in the counts and what to expect, as well as the training material you just saw. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing trade, which means our trades can last anywhere from a few days to a few months, so we don't trade quite as often as a day trading room does. However, if you are interested in day trading as well as individual stocks, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, day trading, and PT's reduced risk binary method that absolutely crushes the market. He gets you in at a cheap price and gets you big multiples on your money, and it's how he structures the trade that's so unique. Something you kind of have to see to understand. And that's another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account trading mini ES futures, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we would love to have you in these rooms so we can all make money together. Key takeaways for today: the pivot is important on both charts. They need to stay below 45.72 on the ES. We'd like to see them go ahead and push down below 45.30 to give us an indication the top is in, pushing toward that 45.22 level. And then on down overall on 5 waves towards 44.60. However, if they can hold support and break it back over the pivot, we'll have to see what kind of bounce we get, whether it's going to be a corrective and then down further, or we push back up toward the 46.50 area. Over on the NASDAQ, same rules apply. We're looking to hold below the pivot, extend down to the 15,341 area, the 1.0 at a minimum. We'd prefer 15,204. As long as they stay below 15,562, it is bearish down to 14,763. However, if we get any kind of bounce that takes us back over the pivot, that would be a more corrective structure, and we look for an ABC up before another move down. Guys, that is the market update for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.